Okay, so you guys can see my screen. Now, Uncle Tony cannot make it today, so minimum, all of us today, you're gonna be facing me. So now I want to understand. We've been talking, okay, and so you guys can see my screen. Oh, let me find out how to stop now. Uncle, what happened? Okay. So let me take a link from this. And okay. Now let's go to Chrome. So we are here. And what was I even saying? Now we've been on this topic for almost 2 months now. So now we have to find out. Oh, everybody logged off. Oh, Charlie. Ethel. It is well, I say. The system doesn't help at all. The system doesn't help, but we will make it work. Okay. So Ethel, I know that you've submitted your work and you are still doing all those amazing work out there, and good job on keeping up the pace. I will be grading all of them to give you feedback, but I'm loving it. In all honesty, I'm loving the pace that you are going and pushing and submitting your work. Kudos and good job. So now I want to hear from you, Ethel. Do you understand the concept of a computer? Okay. So when somebody asks you, what is a computer? What will you say?
I would say a computer is an electronic device or machine that can access data and process it into a meaningful outcome called information and stores it.
Awesome. So we all understand that for a computer to be a computer, right? It must first receive what? Data, right? And then receive what? Instructions. And then out of the instructions, be able to do what? Perform that instruction. Does it make sense? Yeah. So a computer cannot be a computer without the data. A computer cannot be a computer without you giving the computer instructions on what you want it to do or behave like. And then a computer cannot be a computer without the hard work that makes it work. Does it make sense? So over here, we see that we see a laptop right here. We see a tablet, and then we see a phone. There are so many different kind of computers out there, okay? But what is amazing is that there is a case that covers all the stuff, the component of the computer to make it work. So for you to be able to operate a computer, you will need certain things you need to put certain things together. The computer has to come with certain hardware, software, and all those things to make that computer work or operate. I hope I'm making sense. So a computer will need what? A keyboard so that you can put in input the data, right? A computer will need a mouse. A computer will need a screen so that whatever you are putting in out there, you'll be able to read it or see that it is working. So if you don't have these things, you will not be able to understand whether your computer is working or it's able to access your information, receive your information. So a computer needs those basic things to make it function. And so you might see a desktop. Where is a desktop? Do I have a desktop here? Yeah. So you might see this and you might see that, and you might think that, oh, this is a computer. This is not the computer. This is not a computer. This is just what? A hardware that helps the computer to what? Function. The computer will need the screen. So when we did the first assignment and over here, so this is what makes a computer. This case is what makes a computer. The case is here. Oh, hold up. These are what makes a computer, not that. So with this and with that makes what? A computer. But this is just what? A monitor. But then when you have this, then you have a computer. This desktop is what makes a computer, because everything that is operating or making the computer function is what? Inside this. So a monitor, you can use a monitor for what? For TV, for anything out there, and be able to see what is projecting. Okay, but for the monitor to work or for you to see whatever, your computer has to be functionable. Okay, so anybody have any questions for me? We are still on the topic of computer, and I was asking Ethel, those who got hanged out, like, what is a computer? And now I want to ask my Seku, my Haruna Yaya team, what is a computer? We want to understand what a computer does. When we get that concept, then we will know that, okay, there is a lot of different types or component of a computer. So Ethel already understands. Haruna, can you help us to understand what a computer is in your own words?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, a computer is an electronic device that accepts data and process data into a meaningful form called information.
These are what I heard from you, Haruna. A computer is an electronic device, right? That accepts information and process information into a meaningful data. Right?
Please,
Haruna.
I'm coming. Let me type it.
Okay. Okay, while we wait for Haruna, anybody else? I know Hector got it. Godwin. Okay. Haruna. So students and family team, a computer cannot what? Function without what? You giving the computer these stuff. The computer must perform these stuff. You input, process, and output. So the computer should have these things. You have to be able to put stuff in, give a command. Okay. You are giving the computer what? A command. And then when they receive the command, be able to process the command and then give you what? An output. And then last week we said that what? When you give the computer a command, like I tell you, it's about to rain, right? You hear it's about to rain, and then you process, oh, it's about to rain. What does that even mean? So you process it in your mind. And when you process that in your mind, then the output will be, let me get a raincoat, or let me get umbrella, or let me stay home because it's about to what? Rain. Does it make sense? So sometimes we say that what? We human beings, we are like what? Computers. We get input, we get information, we process the information, and then we react to the information. Does it make sense? Thank you, Haruna. Yeah. Does it make sense? So we human beings too, we are somehow a form of a computer. So a computer is built based on what? The nature of human beings. Yeah, sorry guys. So a computer is built in a way that how we human beings, we behave, we react and stuff. Sorry, guys. The kids were making unnecessary noise. Yeah. So I was saying that we human beings, we are like computers. We will hear something, and then we will start what? Thinking about the situation or what we have heard, and then we will what? Process it. And then we human beings too, we are like storage, right? We keep information. We store information for later use. So a computer too it has to be a device that can keep information for later use. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? I want to today we just gonna go over the homework in the next 5-10 minutes, and then you guys can go and do your homework. Does it make sense? That a computer has to be able to receive information, process the information, and then release a response to the information. And it's like when they receive information, it can be a command, okay? Like, open this file for me. So right now, we want to say, okay, we want to open a browser, all this stuff here. So if I click on this, I'm giving it what? A command. If I click on that, I'm giving it a command. Does it make sense? If you click on this, you are giving it a command. If you click on that, it's like, I click on this, it's like open this application for me. So it's like, that is the input. The input is what your mouse is telling or what your keyboard is typing. Okay. And then when I clicked on it, it then what? Process it. And then the output will be the opening of the application. That, okay, I clicked on, what can I even open right now? So let's say I want to open maps, okay? So input, I click on that. And then output, the map, process it, and then this is the output. Does it make sense? Am I making sense with today? Let me know.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Metal. So that is what a computer is all about. That you have set it up in a way that whatever that you tell the computer, it should be able to respond to you. And for you to be able to for it to be able to respond to you, it has to have these 4 steps. The input, that's like the information processing cycle. If your computer cannot do these 4 things, then it doesn't. There's more things the computer can do, but this is the basic. Okay, so if your computer cannot do this 4 basic stuff, then it is not a computer. Okay, so let's go to this question. We asked this question: list examples of a computer device. And we have, I said, somebody write smartphone, smartwatch, laptop. That is great. So this is what we talked about last week, right? That these are all what computers. These are all computers. So Teresa, can you give me another example of what another example of a computer? There are so many computers out there, so many devices that are so many computer devices out there. So Teresa? Osafo, can you help us some of the computer devices? We have smartphone, we have smartwatch, we have laptop, but there is more. There is more. Okay. And I'm hoping you guys got it. There are so many different computers out there. So let me, a car is operated with a computer in it. The cars that we drive, they are being operated with computers, okay? When you turn on the engine, you turn on the radio, and nowadays some cars even have Wi-Fi internet in there. Some cars have movies in there. So the cars that we drive, the car has a computer system. And it's called the engine control module, okay? So just to let you know that a car has what? A computer. So if I ask you, what are some of the devices out there that are computer devices? You can also put in what? Car computer system. Okay? That is also a car. And that's also a computer, okay? Nowadays, almost all the cars out there, they have its own computer that is working. When you see a car with the touch screens and all those stuff, let me see if I can get some images. Okay. See this guy. Let me see if I can move it. Hold on. See how the system has been set up, automotive computers, okay? Automotive computers. The system has been set up in a way that it's just like you are working with your computer. They even have some of them have touch screens, okay? So computers are everywhere. Computers are everywhere. So you have to understand that in our everyday life, computer is like it plays another major role in our lives. And the actual name is like what? Automotive computer. So we're going to change that. and we're going to put automotive computers, okay? Automotive computer. We're going to change them to automotive computer. So now with that answer, I hope you guys understand that there are so many different computer systems out there. When you go to the hospital, what they use to check your, let me just, hold up. You see, all these stuff, medical grade computers. You see this? All these are computers. All these stuff. Can I make it bigger? Oh, no, that's not what I want. All these are computers. You just have to really understand what a system is. Can you put data in it? Can you put a command? And then when you put a command, can the command bring you a response or process the information to give you what you want? Does it make sense, students? So all these stuff, the medical equipment that we see out there when you go to the hospital, what they are using to check your BP, check your blood pressure, what they are using to scan, ultrasound, all those things are what? A form of computer out there, okay? So that is that one too. We're gonna stop here from the type of computer softwares and stuff out there, but I hope that you get it. You get it that we use computer in our everyday life, okay? We use computers in our everyday activities and stuff. And every computer, we say every computer has what? A hardware and a software, right? Every computer should have a hardware and a software. And what are the hardware? You guys did an amazing job. The hardware is what the computer is inside, okay? Those are the hardware. When you see the word hard, those things you can touch, you can hold. Does it make sense? The hardware of a computer. I'm going to stop here. Can somebody help me understand what a hardware of computer hardware is?
The hardware is the physical parts of the computer that can see and touch.
Thank you. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad. So even the name itself should let you know that it is something that is physical. You can touch, you can feel, all those stuff, okay? And then the software part. Somebody should tell us what is the software part of a computer is.
Okay, mute in.
What is a software? Mm-hmm. I cannot hear you, sorry.
Please, can I try?
Yes, please. Don't be afraid. Let me say this. We are not here to beat anybody, to make anybody feel anything bad. We are all here to learn, okay? If you know it, great. If you don't know it, we are here to learn. Don't ever feel shy, afraid to talk, because if you do that and you go to the work environment, people are going to bully you, and they're going to trample over you, and they're going to make you feel very inferior and very little, okay? So that's why we are doing this. So when we ask questions, try and answer them. In the workplace, if you don't talk too much, they will think that you don't know anything, and they will never even promote you. Okay? And you're going to have team members all over the world as we are training you guys and whatever job you decide to do in the future. And so right now, this is all our training ground for all of us to get better. So don't ever be afraid or shy You have to put your best foot forward, okay? So Ethel, I'm listening. Try your best.
Please, a software, they are programs which cannot be touched.
Anybody else? Thank you, Ethel.
My name is Sherry. A software is a set of instructions that tells the computer system what to do.
Thank you. Anybody else? You are all right. But so yeah, the hardware part, you can feel it. The software part is more of what? Coding. Yeah.
Please, I want to say myself.
Okay.
A software, they are series of instructions on a computer that, they are series of instructions on a computer that help to start and carry out its function in the data processing.
Awesome. Okay, great job. Much more progress. Yeah. So the hardware needs the software. The software needs the hardware. I hope I'm making sense. The hardware needs the software. They both need each other to make the computer function. Okay. Without a CPU, the computer is not going to work. So, and even with the CPU, they need the software to make the programs work in the computer. Okay. So these two departments, they complement each other to make a computer work. You can have a computer, you can set all those things up and whatnot, but without this, the hard cover, the case of the computer, the items will really not, they will not, you cannot organize them in a way that will make it look like a computer. They will be all over the place. So having a computer case, right, helps. Having a computer case helps you to be able to organize all the hardware, all the stuff inside the computer to make it work. And then having the software helps you to see what is inside the computer so that when you give a command, the software helps you to give command to the computers for you to see your work. Okay. So these are the examples. What our Chrome is a software. Those who use Facebook is a software. Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel is a software. There's so many, all these stuff over here, everything down here is a software. FaceTime is a software. WhatsApp is a software. Does it make sense? All those things here is a software. And then when it comes to our hardware, the keyboard is a hardware. Okay, the mouse is a hardware. The case, the computer case, and all those stuff that comes inside the computer is a hardware. The monitor is a hardware. So you can see how when it comes to the software, you only see them inside the computer when it's in there. But when it comes to the hardware part, you can be able to touch them, feel them, see how they look like, even change them and customize, all those kind of stuff. Does it make sense? So I will stop here. And I want to know if anybody have any questions for me. I'm hoping by next week, we should be done with this. Those who haven't done your homework, we are giving you the time to do your homework. This is it's very simple. You move it, see how. So when you open your slide, your presentation or your PowerPoint, you can do your homework in there. Just move it. Move the stuff. If you think it's this is a speaker, you put it there. If you think that's a speaker, you put it there. So you just move them like that. And here too, the same thing. If you think this is a monitor, you move it here. It's that simple. It's not that complicated. Over here, we want to put together a computer, right? So we start from here. Okay. Oh, hold on. I am missing something. Okay, so see, I didn't even get it. Can you imagine? And so move this here. Okay, so we are building our own computer here. See, so it's just some of them are a little bit of a fun way to see. So when I ask you label your computer, this is not a computer. This is the computer. Does it make sense? This is not a. This is a monitor. This is a keyboard. That is a mouse. This is what the computer. So when I ask you to label computers, don't tell me that the screen is the computer. No, this is the monitor. Okay, this is the monitor, and this is what the computer. All this is what makes the computer. This is just another hardware part. Okay. So any questions for me? Do we get it? The next time we're gonna go inside the computer so that you will see the you will be able to how do I call it? See this from the start menu. Okay, when you turn your computer on from the start to putting in commands. Okay, putting commands in on your computer. Next week we're gonna do that for 30 minutes. So please do your homework. I don't know if you have any questions for me, but my biggest thing is that you submit your work. Okay, my biggest is submitting your work, because we want to understand where you guys are. As of now, we have only 26 people turning their work, and it's better than before. RC, Yakubu, you guys I've seen your work. You've submitted. So this one, see, if we have a class of 63 students and only 23 are doing their work, that is bad. Doesn't make sense. That is really bad. That is really bad, especially when it was due September 11th. So I'm giving you guys enough time to do them. There is more work to be done. You see, we haven't even gotten to this part yet. We have not gotten to safety online. Some of you have not even touched this yet. So we don't, by January, we have to be done with all this stuff so that we can now move forward. If January comes and we are not done with this, we cannot add new stuff to the course. Otherwise, it's like we are just dumping stuff on you guys. We don't want that. We want to make sure you get it before we bring in new materials. Okay. So any comments, any questions for me? Anything? If nothing, then I'm just gonna end our today's session for you guys to have some time to do your work, okay?
Okay, madam.
Okay.